scene opens with a wide shot of an old, dilapidated mansion silhouetted against a deep orange and purple dusk sky. The camera slowly pushes in on the imposing structure, which has broken windows and overgrown ivy. Narrator. In the hushed outskirts of Lonavala stands the infamous Sethi Mansion, a place locals call the Bhoot Bungla. Decades ago, it was home to a wealthy family, but their laughter was silenced by a sudden, tragic fire that claimed the life of Mrs. Sethi and her young daughter. They say their spirits never left, forever bound to the charred remains of their home. Tonight, two friends, Rohan and Samir, fueled by a mix of skepticism and adrenaline, have decided to uncover the truth behind the whispers. Cut to Rohan and Samir standing before the rusted gates of the mansion. Rohan, confident, pushes the gate open. Samir hesitates, looking uneasy. Rohan, you ready for this? They say no one's made it through the night. Samir, that's not exactly a comforting thought, man. This place gives me the creeps already. They step onto the property, their footsteps crunching on dead leaves. The heavy front door groans open into a grand, decaying foyer. Moonlight streams through a grimy skylight, illuminating dust particles dancing in the air. Narrator. Inside, the air is thick and heavy, smelling of damp wood and decay. Every surface is coated in a blanket of dust, preserving the home as a haunting time capsule. The grand furniture, shrouded in white cloths, looks like a congregation of silent, waiting specters. The silence is profound, almost a physical presence, broken only by the sound of their own breathing and the frantic thumping of their hearts. Rohan and Samir explore a large drawing room with their flashlights. The beams cut through the darkness, revealing peeling wallpaper and a grand piano with its keys yellowed and chipped. Suddenly, a door at the far end of the room slams shut with a loud bang, echoing through the hall. Samir, jumping. What was that? Did you see that? The wind. Rohan, trying to sound brave. There's no wind in here, Samir. Let's keep moving. Don't let it get to you. Narrator. But the house was just beginning its welcome. Faint whispers slither through the corridors, sounding like a woman humming a lullaby, always seeming to come from just around the corner. Shadows writhe and twist at the edge of their flashlight beams, playing tricks on their already frayed nerves. Doors they had just passed swing shut on their own, and the floorboards above creak as if someone is pacing, following their every move from the floor above. They ascend a grand creaking staircase to the second floor. A long hallway is lined with closed doors. They stop at the end before a small door slightly ajar. Narrator. Drawn by an unseen force, they find themselves standing before the child's nursery. A chilling cold emanates from within. In the center of the room sits a small wooden rocking horse, its paint faded and chipped. As they stare, transfixed, the horse begins to rock, slowly at first, then with increasing violence, its rhythmic creaking a terrifying heartbeat in the dead-still house. Samir backs away, but Rohan's flashlight lands on a large, ornate mirror on the wall. Reflected in the tarnished glass is not their own terrified faces, but the ghostly apparition of a woman, her eyes wide with sorrow, her face contorting into a silent, agonizing scream. Panic erupts. Rohan drops his flashlight, and the two friends turn and bolt without a second thought. Narrator. Primal fear takes over. They scramble down the stairs, tripping and stumbling over each other in a desperate bid for the door. The house seems to come alive around them, the whispers growing into a cacophony of wails, the air turning ice cold. They burst through the front door and don't stop running until the rusted gates are far behind them, their lungs burning, their minds scarred by what they witnessed. Final shot. The camera zooms into a second-story window of the Bhoot Bungla. For a fleeting moment, the pale, sorrowful face of the ghostly woman is visible, watching them disappear into the night before fading back into the darkness.